video. So if you like a little story, just stick around and listen to my own experience in the house of God. There's supposed to be a place that you're supposed to have sanity and peace, love, and have a sense of belonging. Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. This is Giechiclear Flavors, and this is a Christian channel. And we stand on the point of appreciating every good thing that God is doing in our life from this point of being grateful. And today, watching the documentary part one and part two and part three, I went through all the documentary and I was heartbroken that you know such things could happen. I don't know if it really happened or it's just a story that BBC is kind of propagating. But all what I know is I want to talk about my own experience and how I kind of perceive this kind of thing, because a whole lot of people are saying that it's not true, that this kind of thing does not really happen, or cannot really happen. Many people don't believe that it actually can happen in the house of God. But the truth of the issue of the matter is that, let me shock you, it does usually used to happen even in the house of God, where you're supposed to find, solace and all that. So we need to talk about it because the era has changed when you don't just do anything anyhow, thinking that you're a man of God or a woman of God and people will not talk about it. Definitely, it will come out one day and the whole world will know about it. I am not saying that Prophet TB Joshua actually did all that it said. But the truth of the matter is that I have my own experience and I want to talk about it in this video. So if you like a little story, just stick around and listen to my own experience in the house of God. There's supposed to be a place that you're supposed to have sanity and peace, love, and have a sense of belonging. So I was saying, this story is this documentary that was done on TV Joshua. Many people on social media don't believe that such thing can happen, and other people believe that yes, it happened. And I kind of see, before the documentary on TV Joshua came out, there's a lady that was working for him as one of his disciples, has documented her own experience in the church called synagogue. But many people did not take her seriously because they thought that she was just blabbing. But TV Joshua, BBC did a documentary on it, and I was just trying to. I kind of watch her own story and kind of compare it with what BBC is saying, and you can find out that there's not much different from the video that she did, 4 years ago with Asebe Africa TV also. There's no really kind of different from what BBC is publishing now. So I kind of see that there's no smoke without fire. As a young girl, let me tell you my own story. And I'm saying this so that men and women of God will know that this is an era that you cannot just do anything anyhow and you think that you are kind of spiritual and nobody will know about it. Things have changed. People are now kind of bold, talking about what is happening, and people don't keep quiet anymore. And it kind of beat my imagination that most of the things that happen to women. And I speak for women, especially those that are really vulnerable. And watching the documentary, it really kind of pierced my heart that vulnerable young ladies went through all this that happened in the documentary. I'm not saying it really happened, but watching the documentary is really heartbroken. You understand, seeing vulnerable young girls who are really, really wanting to kind of better their lives, and they're being subjected to become a slave, because that's what it is. Slaves called disciples in synagogue church. So, I when I was in university, I said I'm going to say my own experience so that those that think that this kind of thing don't happen in church would give it a rating, because I am kind of putting my own experience there, because out there to kind of portray the fact that this kind of things that BBC is talking about actually is happening in the house of God. And many men of God have to kind of put a check to it because these things will definitely come out just the way we're seeing it coming out now. I was in university, and when I was in university, I attended a certain church, which is so powerful. I'll not call the church, but I was kind of a pastor girl, kind of, as in when I go to a church, I try to kind of come close to the pastor because I really like the things of God, and I really want to kind of be close to the pastor to kind of learn more, and that gives me a sense of, yes, I'm actually really spiritual and all that. And it happened that the pastor was so very close to me too, and he sees me like his daughter and all that. But something somehow, time came. I went to school, you understand. So I used to come for weekend and all that to the place I was then. But when I came from school on a holiday also, I now discovered that it's in a church that they, transfer the pastors, as in they'll serve in this church, then transfer them to another state, to another the same church, to kind of pastor in that church. So it happened that they transferred him to another of that kind of church, and I was heartbroken because you have to start learning how to kind of get used to another pastor that they will bring. And we stay with the new pastor that was, that they brought to this very church, and the one that was used to have gone and all that. So I, stayed all through that holiday, you understand, with this new pastor. But the other one, the one that was used to, as in that I called daddy, have been, transferred to another state. To another state. I'll not call the state that he has been transferred to. So after the holiday, I went back to school. Then, like, I in the middle of the semester when I was in university, they're just into not really kind of I think I should be in my second year or third year or so in the university. So it happened that you know I got a call from the pastor that was used to that the transfer. I got a call from him now say that he's back as a visiting pastor, that he just came to town, and he's calling all the people that he was used to before the transfer. So he happened to call me that I should come, do you get, to come and see him. So I was so very excited, of course, because daddy, as I used to call him, came, and he could kind of deem it fit to call me, to come and see him. So sharply weekend, and I packed my things and I came back home to see him. And of course, he lodged in a hotel. So every of the church members were kind of, going to see him in that hotel, and everyone, all that. So what happened? You know, I went to the hotel because he gave me the address, and of course, I was not the only one that was excited that daddy came as a visiting pastor, to our area that we are. So that's how church members were coming and going. But me, I discovered that he now said I should sit down, even when I want to kind of make I tried to kind of make attempt to kind of show him that, daddy, I want to kind of go back. He will tell me to hold on and all that. So church members keep coming, daddy, welcome back, we miss you since they transfer you, blah, 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 and all that. So I was there waiting and all that for him to kind of release me. And when you meet those kind of people, your sense, you don't really kind of, you feel that they are spiritual, and that's why I'm using this opportunity to tell every Christian, right, right there, to kind of study the Bible for yourself. You just have to kind of get spiritual for yourself and know the word of God for yourself. The God that we are all searching for is inside us. Is inside of God. With time, I have to kind of study the word of God to know for myself that yes, you don't need to kind of you yourself as an individual, you're very powerful because there is God inside you. You are the carrier of God. You carry God inside you. So it's just for you to kind of start going inside of you and start studying the Bible for you to know how powerful you are. You can, you don't need to kind of start looking for powers from all these pastors and all that. Settle down with yourself. God, the kingdom of God is inside you. You are the carrier of God. You just have to know that. And then stop yourself from being manipulated by any spiritual person and all that is going on. So what am I trying to say? As in the present of then, when what I was trying to say is that in the presence of this pastor that I was used to when he came, as in, you feel as if you are in a very sacred, holy presence. You understand that you dare not misbehave. So even as he was telling me to kind of hold on, I could not argue, I could not do anything at that particular time. You understand? Because he said I should hold on. So I was actually holding on, you understand, till he gave me the go ahead. And I was just kind of a young girl there, not knowing much. But when the whole thing was just going on, people, church members would come, daddy welcome and all that. He would let them go. Different type of pastors, church members will be coming and all that. But me, he's not kind of allowing me to go. So at a point when the whole thing was just, as in the church members reduced a little bit, and it was only me and him, something strange just happened. And I was kind of wondering, why should it happen? As in, he reached out to me and wanted to kiss me. Yes, you heard me right. As in, this man of God, I hope I kind of held a very high, as in a very high esteem. I look at him and I call him daddy. And I'm not talking about, this is not super story. This is me really kind of experience, my own experience, sharing it here. As in, he reached out to me and was trying to kind of, kiss. And immediately he reached out and I dodged my face. As in, I was overwhelmed, as in, kind of a little bit surprised that this highly figure that I see, as in, really spiritual, could do such a thing. And when he reached out, my reaction was, no, daddy, no, daddy. You understand? Good evening, Sam. I was just saying, although I reached out when he just reached out like that. I was just trying to say, no, daddy, no, that. That was just my response. Then, no, daddy, and that's me for you. As in, God has shielded me from a whole lot of things, and that's what brought me to this stage where I am. I don't know why God is so interested about me, but when things, I might be kind of be very vulnerable, as in playing along and all that. But when it get to the extreme, somehow, I'll receive the strength to stand my ground and say, no, this is not the right thing to do. So I stood my ground at that particular time when he reached out to kiss me. You understand? Because we're alone in the way. He was allowing everybody to go, but he made me, I sat down till everybody came and went, only me and him, and he now reached out to kiss. But I stood my ground. Immediately he brought his, lips close to my, I just dodged it. I said, no, daddy, no, daddy. So he perceived that, this girl is not okay with what I was doing. And he now started laughing and I said, okay. And of course, cover it up. And, because of the high esteem where I put him, I still did not kind of raise any alarm. I was still smiling, but I blocked that, and he, rearranged himself and became the daddy that I used to know. And that's how, after every time, I just told him that, daddy, I need to go. He's getting late. And that's how that scenario stopped. And since then, I made up my mind that no matter any church that I go to, I will not get so very close to any pastor, because I was thinking maybe I could be the one that was tempting you know, them or something. So I just told myself, this is my own discipline. No matter what it is, any church that I go to, I will not get too very personal, as in too very close to any pastor. And that has been the way it is up till now. So when I watched this video, that was what was coming in there. That's when I even forgot about this experience completely. It was when I just watched this documentary, part one, two, and three of it. I now remember that wow, such thing has really, really happened to me, and I have to share it. So I'm just trying to kind of let us know that this kind of thing is actually happening in church. It is happening. And another point that I want to kind of make here is that, especially men of God, I just have an advice to let, I don't know if they'll come in contact with this video, but I just want to kind of let them know that things that you do before in those days, that you can get away with it without the public not knowing. You cannot do it this day because the era has changed. And many people are in the era of talking. People are really kind of talking, especially ladies. And I discovered that it's ladies that, these people take advantage of. And not only ladies, vulnerable young ladies, you understand, that they take advantage of. But things have changed. So just watch, what you do as a man of God. Just watch what you do, yeah, especially when it comes to, you know, intimacy with women, younger women, because you don't allow yourself to kind of get to this extreme stage that I see, happening in this documentary about TB Joshua. It's really heartbroken that this kind of thing will happen. Please subscribe to this channel, give me thumbs up, and then share so that people will know that yes, such things is actually happening in church, and they shouldn't like kind of not push it that hey, this kind of thing, this man is highly placed, he cannot do this kind of thing. I am not saying it actually happened, he did all that, but I'm just kind of putting my voice to say that yes, such things are happening in church, and it's not strange. It's not strange. It's really, really happening because I have my own experience and I just shared my own experience. I love you guys. Subscribe to this channel if you've not, and give me thumbs up and share this video. See, I'm here telling you that I love you. Even if nobody else is telling you that I love you, I am here telling you that no matter what, I love you. See you in my next video. Bye.